We're gonna go ahead and pull this down for about 12 seconds. So there we have it. Doesn't say anything about hot or cold pill. It's coming right off. It's a hot pill. Like, man, that came off like butter. And boom, there we have it. Nice little transfer on the actual shirt. So this is a complete solid print. So what you're telling me is that no one has taught you how to make a t-shirt this year. Sweatshirt, hoodie, whatever it is. I got the heat press out. I'm gonna show you exactly how you can order t-shirts, order transfers, order shirt, and if you already have a heat press, how you can get it onto an actual physical product right now. So if you dug through my videos, you know I have plenty of heat pressing videos, but I haven't made one in a while. I'm also gonna show you the same way that I purchased t-shirts when I first started, and now with heat transfers, DTF has apparently taken the throne. It's all over the place, and it makes it very simple for someone to start from their own home. So first things first, we need the design for this. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I'm gonna order from this website called Ninja Transfers. I do not own this website. I know a lot of you guys asked if I have some kind of partnership with this website. No, I do not own the website, but I've ordered some transfers from there before. And as you can see, they provide different sizes of transfers. So for example, what you'll probably want is called a gang sheet. So you can load up multiple designs on that sheet. They do have some where you can just order it separate if you want, but I'm going to show you how to build a DTF gang sheet. So there's two ways that we could do this. You can build it all out yourself on Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or you know, if you're not too proficient with that, I'm going to show you how to do it with Kittle. So for example, this right here is going to be 22 inches wide. So 22 inches wide and up to like 20 feet long, 30 feet long, 15 feet long, whatever height you need it to be. That's pretty much the size that you can get it to be. So check it out. We're gonna shoot for a 22 by 10 feet. So I'm gonna use this right here. This is called Kittle. It's a design platform. And this one's really simple and easy to use, especially for beginners. They have lots of templates on here. They got AI design tools on here. You can even create videos on here nowadays. So it's pretty crazy. And it is very powerful for the type of tool that it actually is. And it just works off of your internet browser. So I'm gonna click new project. And remember, I said 22 inches by 10 feet. So that'd be 110 inches. All right, so we can change this to 22 by 120 inches, and we're gonna want this to be 300 DPI. We're going to want this to be 300 DPI, and we'll click create. So this will be our transfer size. So you can fit multiple designs on here depending on what you need. For example, most t-shirt prints are going to be like 15 inches wide by 17 inches down, so you can fit a whole bunch of those on here. So the only limitation of Kittle is that you can't export an image this large. The max image size that you can export is up to 10,800 pixels, but I'm going to show you a workaround once we get to that. So check it out. As you can see, there's multiple templates on here, and you can also still get very creative with like the AI prompts and whatnot to make something of your own. That way, you know, it's not just a template that everyone actually has access to. But I'll show you, if you just want to get started with a template as well, how simple it can be. So for example, you can click on any of these right here and you can just start editing it. So I went ahead and clicked on this one right here, and as you can see, I can just type on here just like that. I can move it around, change it to whatever it needs to be and whatnot. I can just copy this artboard, paste it, make a whole separate one. I can double click this one, still have access to the original. And type in Hustle Ninjas, and then as you can see right here, we have this angel, right? But we want to turn it into a ninja. So all I'm going to do is click on this right here, and I'm going to click on remix image, and it's going to put that into the prompt, and I'm going to say give me a ninja version of this image style. So don't have to be super perfect with the prompts, but sometimes it works. So as you can see, this is the image that I ended up getting. And now what we want to do with this actual image is we will just want to remove the background of it. And well, actually we want a transparent version of it. So now we just want to remove the yellow part of this image. The problem with that though, is if I vectorize in two colors, I still need this inside part to be an actual color. If I move it over, it's gonna be hard to see. So I need it to be more something like this. So all I did was I clicked on this once again, and I clicked on remix image, but it's for the ninja. And then I typed in remove the background, but I still want the yellow color that's within the actual ninja. So now I can click remove background on here, and now we have our new ninja for this right here. And as you can see, although the colors are a little off from these two, all we have to do is vectorize this in two colors, and then we'll take this eyedropper tool and just click on the other colors that are on our project colors, and there we have it, just like that. We'll go ahead and move this to the front. So it does some overlapping. And then we can just change this quote right here to something that has to do with our actual brand. In this case, our YouTube channel, Hustle Ninjas. All right, so now we have our first design. All I have to do now is I can just take this whole thing. So there's a few different ways we can actually go about doing this. I can copy this whole artboard. I can bring it on over to our master transfer sheet over here. I'm gonna select it and move it on over here. And as you can see on this right side right here, this is going to be the exact dimensions of what your print is going to be. If you want it to be 19 inches wide, it's going to be 19 inches wide, and it's going to be 26 inches down, which means it would be huge. It would be a really jumbo size print at that size. So I would probably do like 15, and that way I could fit more onto the actual gang sheet instead of doing one large jumbo sheet size print. So I don't always get all my designs from Kittle. Sometimes I use ChatGPT as well. For example, I just got it to prompt this design for me, and you could possibly do the same on Kittle. My only issue I would say is when I try to talk to their chat, it's not as powerful as me talking directly to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will give me a better prompt. And sometimes I'll get the prompt from ChatGPT and I'll bring it back on over to Kittle. So it's all about preference and how your workflow really works. And honestly, I like to use multiple tools. I'm not just a one tool kind of person, unfortunately. But now I can just paste this design on over here, and as you can see, all I would have to do for this one is possibly just remove the background, or I could vectorize in maybe like 4 or 5 colors, and I'll just remove all of the black and I'll press onto a black shirt. So you don't just get one flat image that you have to heat press and it just feels like a whole bunch of plastic. It'll actually feel pretty good because you're removing all of this black color. So as you can see, I'll just remove the black, and it doesn't look great right here, but as soon as you put it on a black shirt, it'll look really nice. All right, so for something else I just did, I just came up with some creative. I'm gonna blur it out for now so that you guys can see it as soon as I get the transfers. It's fairly interesting what I did with these images, and it's kind of on brand for us. So let's just go ahead and I'm gonna blur it out for you guys so that you guys can see it at the end. Also, here's another thing we could do with this image right here. I'm just gonna copy it and paste it, and I'm gonna move it on over. And then what we can do is delete portions of it, just like that. And then we can do about 4 inches right here. We can turn this into a front left chest piece. We can use the rest of it for the actual back print. All right, so I just saw this hoodie right here on PacSun. I like the whole concept of it, and honestly, if you ever seen me show the book Still Like an Artist, unfortunately I'm about to have to do something similar, just because I just like how it's kind of laid out. Hopefully we have a hoodie laying around. So this is what I did. First, I just pretty much had a stylized cartoon eyes with a teardrops. I got this whole prompt from ChatGPT. I just copied the image on over to ChatGPT and told it to describe me what kind of prompt that I can use on Kittle to get to this type of design. So I got this right here, and then all I did was I click on it. Now click on this right here. I'll click remix image, say turn this into a ninja star, change the text to precision over luck. So once I did that, it generated me this image right here. So that's how I was able to get this image, and then that's how I was able to get this image, and then that's how I was able to get this image, and that's how I was able to get this image, and that's how I was able to get this image. So what we'll do with all of these objects is we'll copy all of these and we'll paste it into our gang sheet just like this. So we're just gonna maneuver it how we would like. I'm only gonna print one set. I print 2 different ninjas to see how it would turn out. One of them's a little bit more solid than the other one. And right here we have the ninja star right here, hopefully has a sleeve. So we got some elements to play around with, and we'll see how that looks on the actual hoodie. So now here's the interesting part. As I have stated, you can't export, this as the max size on Kittle. So what you can do is we'll hop on over here onto Ninja Transfers. I'm going to do build your gang sheet, because they have 2 different ones right here. They have upload a DTF gang sheet, which means you already have the file in 22 by 120 or whatever size you're going to use. But since we can't save it that way, I'm going to go to build a DTF gang sheet. I'll click on the size that I need. And now here's the artboard, and remember to remove the background. As you can see, I don't have the background showing because we wanted to have a transparent background. This is with the background right here. So what we're going to do is we'll just save it in portions. So for example, I'm gonna move this on down, and then I'm going to click on it right here, and I'm gonna save this portion right here. We could probably get away with like 3 different portions. So I'm gonna click download right here, 22 by 30. So that's one portion, and then we'll do the same thing going forward. So for example, I'll just save the second portion just like that, hit save, and then I'll do the same thing for the final portion. Now we hop into the gang sheet builder. I'll just upload my images, and I can select all of my files at once, click open, and then on this right side you see where it says auto build. I'm gonna click on that. I'll just click on all of my files that I have uploaded. I'm going to click apply, click continue, menu, and boom, there we have it. This is kind of like a top left alignment. I kind of like my transfers to be centered, so I'll just click on all of them or drag all of them, and then I would do this button right here, kind of center it, also this one right here, and boom, we have our transfers. Just gonna click auto nest, and I'll just click save, add a cart, check out, and wait for my transfers. All right, so before the transfers arrive, we actually need t-shirts. I know Ninja Transfers, they have blanks and whatnot, but this is how I got started, and this is how I was able to start with a small amount of money. My very first year, which was like 10 years ago, I only started with $500, okay? And I had a heat press, bought that off Craigslist, or was it? Yeah, it was Craigslist at the time. And when it came to t-shirts, I was actually buying them at Walmart and like, you know, Hobby Lobby and stuff as orders came in before I found out about Alpha Broder, SS Activewear, Sandmar, and all these things. So here's the thing, I would list a whole bunch of t-shirts online for sale, and I would have the design up. Obviously, you have the digital mock-up up, but we never ever kept shirts in stock because, you know, whenever you have limited funds, you don't want to invest in inventory. So when an order came in, let's say someone ordered a blue shirt and it was like a back to school design on the shirt, you now know how to make the actual design, but we didn't want to stock blue shirts. So I would go to Walmart and I would buy the blue shirt and whatnot. And, you know, obviously it's more expensive going about it that way. Then that's when I found out about Alpha Broder and whatnot. Now they've been acquired by SS Activewear. So the reason why I'm showing you these websites is because you can order from here and they have multiple warehouses. And if you're in luck, like for me, there's warehouses near here. So I would just order the shirt and I would go pick it up and I wouldn't have to pay shipping. But even if you do have to pay shipping, there's a cheaper way to go about it as well. So for example, let's say we need this many products. So as you can see, shipping's $5 is not that bad. So $5, you can get away with $5, but you could actually get it for even cheaper than that at times. So for example, this one right here is going to be FedEx hold a location known as Flex Express. So we're going to click on it and I'll show you how much of places nearby that your t-shirts could actually get shipped to. And right now it's $10. So it just depends how many you have. I believe if it's over 50, it drops down to $4.99. I'm not sure what the recent rate is. We just been kind of shipping it to the print shop. So with Flex Express, it'll ship it to your local FedEx and you can pick it up from there for $9.99. I think that's up to like 5 boxes right now or something along those lines. So if you're ordering a lot and then that cheapest shipping option is too much, then we would do Flex Express and then you could just go pick it up locally if you're not as close to the print shop as some of these other warehouses are. So this just helps you become more profitable in the beginning, just because you can get the blanks without having to order it ahead of time. Eventually over time, you may want to stock a few blanks here and there, but in the beginning, you know, just stay as lean as possible. And this is one way to do it. And that's how we was able to do it. And just by doing something like this, that's how we were really able to scale to $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 plus per month, just from not tying our funds up into just holding blanks. All right, so we got our transfers. Go ahead and give this thing an open. That's a perforated tab right here. You know the biggest question that I always get asked, and I do not know why. In every YouTube video with transfers in it, you always see, what temperature did you use? What kind of pressure did you use? 9 times out of 10, just use heavy pressure, unless it's like some kind of specialty material. Maybe it's glitter, maybe it's puff. But for most transfers, heavy pressure works. And then as far as temperature, whoever you order your transfers from, whether it's Ninja Transfers or not, they will typically send you instructions that has the temperatures on there. So for something like this one, we're looking at 310, medium to high pressure for 12 seconds. It says pre-press is not required. Removing moisture and wrinkles from the product is not necessary with Ninja Transfers. Honestly, I'm a big fan of pre-press though. I just like to get the irons out, especially sometimes the way they package shirts is just so wrinkled. So it doesn't hurt for me to like not do a full-on pre-press. I'll show you guys just like a quick pre-press just to make sure it's flat. Then we got 310 for 12 seconds. Use parchment paper to protect the transfer and garment from touching the iron directly. And then a final press of about 12 seconds will really lock in that transfer into the actual garment. So cover that with parchment paper. And they do give you some parchment paper. They also do patches, embroidery patches, leather patches and whatnot too that you can also heat press onto a garment. We might even try this one. So here's one thing that I would recommend when it comes to making the transfers. As you saw, when I did the gang sheet, I didn't clutter everything in there. A lot of people try to fit as many items as they possibly can into a gang sheet, but to be honest, it makes it really difficult to cut. So typically, when I create a gang sheet, I make it so that most of the cuts are just kind of straight up and down or straight left or right, instead of a whole bunch of cuts where like you have to zigzag just to get something out, just because you wanted to fill it in as much as possible. So here's some of the designs that I created earlier. which I said I'll show you guys now at this point. I took some popular photos. This is supposed to be like the Mona Lisa, and now it says Mona Ninja. It looks like my little ninja drew over it. So pretty interesting. So I kind of came up with like a whole series for that. Did one with Albert Einstein with that quote. Did you know he is not the originator of that quote? Someone just kind of came up with that. And a lot of people kind of pinpointed to Albert Einstein. So, but it has like this whole marker theme to it. We have one more right here. And it's kind of like a box shirt, kind of like how those Supreme box logo shirts look. So we'll see how that looks. So we're gonna take our black shirt, and you know, even with some screen printing background, I don't know why, but I'm not a fan of like heat pressing this way. I still heat press my shirts this way just because I can. All right, so to really get a nice transfer on, there's some tricks of the trade that you learn over time. Even with a screen printing background, I don't like loading my shirts, you know, the opposite way. I do it this way just because I can visually see it and I still have access to the actual print. So I like my collar hanging off a little bit, and then about 3-4 fingers down, probably like 3 fingers down. I mean, you're pretty high up still with like the chest point. So like right where your chest kind of like right below your neck, so like you still get that good visual print. And then how do you know you're centered? So most of the time it is kind of eyeballed, but what you can do is when you put the shirt on, you can pull on both sides a little bit, and the width in between, you know, the parts that's hanging off, just make sure it's equal on both sides. So as you can see, this is the edge of the heat press platen, and then the width right there that's left remaining, same right here. And then you can make sure the line of your actual shirt is kind of parallel to the top of this platen area right here. All right, so then you can kind of gauge that you know you have pretty much it straight equal, so that whenever you center something, it's fairly centered. And now you take your transfer, and you just kind of eyeball it centered. And it's a little bit easier when you have a design that's, most designs is gonna have a kind of top edge that is going to be straight anyways. So you can kind of just make sure that's parallel to the edge of the platens as well. And you know, it also helps if the image is kind of straight up and down, it's not something that's more of a scattered design. You can also make sure that's pretty much parallel to this right here. So that's pretty much it, and that has always worked. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull this down for about 12 seconds. So there we have it. Doesn't say anything about hot or cold pill. It's coming right off. It's a hot pill. Like, man, that came off like butter. Now we'll put this back on. We'll give it another 12 seconds. I actually didn't do the pre-press thing that I told you guys I was gonna do, did I? We'll do it on the next one. And boom, there we have it. Nice little transfer on the actual shirt. So this is a complete solid print, but it's not as heavy as you would think because it's not a huge print. And even though you do a huge print, you just want to focus on all the negative spacing. Like we have the jumbo size print over here, but it's not just one full solid piece. And I will tell you one thing, when it comes to heat transfers, you're going to be your own biggest critic. What you think looks bad, your customers most likely will never ever know, okay? So don't get in your own way, because when you do, you don't make any money. Point blank period. Anyways, check this out. All right, so this one's a little bit of a larger print, and then we're gonna do it on this white tee. So I ordered the shirts, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was too lazy to go pick it up, so I just grabbed some shirts that we have laying around. So I'm gonna make a part 2 of this video, and it's gonna be 2 times better than this video. So as you can see, there's some wrinkles on here. It says pre-press not necessary, right? But sometimes I'll just do this. It's not fully clamped down. I'm just kind of holding it for a few seconds. And since it's so hot, it usually takes out all of those wrinkles anyways. So, you know, when it comes to pre-press, it's not like you gotta completely clamp it down. Just like holding it right above it, it still gets rid of all those wrinkles. One thing that you guys will learn as well is that t-shirts are not made equally. No t-shirt is perfect. And you know, a lot of times where I really notice it, it's this bottom part right here. Sometimes it's not like straight, it's like kind of crooked on the bottom. That's where I mostly notice like t-shirts are not made equally. All right, so we're gonna take our design right here, put our parchment down. We're looking at 310 for about 12 seconds. Pick this on up, peel it right off. There was a letter kind of peeling up too much. I tried to peel it off too fast, but I was able to push it back down. And that's why this post press, this one looks really nice. Like the colors are really popping. Post press, 12 seconds. And just like that, that is a nice quality design right there. Look at that right there. Alright, so when I first got into the game, I got into it by making my own shirts, and it's brought me a long way. And a lot of times, even if you do print on demand, you have to know your way around, how to maneuver. And for example, lots of people make lots of sales using print on demand during the holidays, and sometimes some of the suppliers that you're working with gets really backed up, and all of a sudden you're blaming the supplier for them being backed up. But a true entrepreneur in you really gotta be able to know how to put matters into your own hands, and this is one way to do it. This is how you can get some t-shirts made. So if you want to get some t-shirts made, create awesome designs like this, you can check out Kittle, link down below. Also Ninja Transfers, link down below as well, so check that out. And I know we still have a few other designs and didn't use the patches just yet, but I'm gonna make a part 2 of this video just for you.